Hi and welcome to another video in this series where we're looking at the building drawing SBA. That's a major project where you're doing your building plan. All right, now we're at the stage now where we're comfortable with everything. We have done the outline, we did the fixtures, we added the stiffeners, we added the windows and the doors, we added labelings. All that is left for us to do now on the floor plan is to add the dimensions. So let's go ahead and add the dimensions. Now again, this drawing file linked below. The template is linked below. Everything is already set up. You won't need to worry about anything when you're practicing. So here we go. We're just going to start adding our dimensions. All right. Now there will be 3 levels of dimensions and I'm going to be demonstrating them. Now the first level of dimension will be capturing openings. Openings such as arches, way, windows, door, anything that allows light and air and potentially persons to exit and enter the building. All right, so for example, we're starting at this corner of the building here and we're making our way to the first opening. Where's the first opening? Right here. So we draw our little dimension there and we click and press enter. How far do we want it from the building? It's up to you. You can make it 600 if you like. All right. And once we have that first one in place, and let me go to my dimension there since that's where we're at now. All right. So here now, we're going to be adding our dimensions. So we're going to be going through now. So we have added the first one. The next step that I want you to follow is click on this drop down menu. Well, not this drop down menu. We're going to go to the annotation tab. All right, and we did the first one. We click on linear and we highlighted the first opening where it starts. Then we're going to click on continue. Now this will start to happen. The dimension will start to follow you. So all you need to do is click on the edges of the opening. So from this opening to where the next one is. The next opening is here, this window here. So we're capturing all these openings here. All right. Then we move to the next opening. Where is it? Right here. And then here and then the edge of the building. All right. So that is it there. That's the first level of dimension. The second level of dimension that is going to be on top of this is going to be capturing all the partition, the walls. Where are the walls located? So we're capturing where the walls are located as well as the thickness. First level of dimension capturing where the windows are located and the width of the window. So let's go. So we're adding them. So this wall from here to here, and I'm using dynamic tracking to guide me because I do not want, let me turn off Arthur here. Dynamic tracking, move my cursor up from here up to there, click, because I do not want the lines to intersect with each other. Again, I need to switch my layer to the dimension layer. Why am I continuously working here? So let's go to my dimension layer. All right, so let's go. So we're going to be going to annotation tab and clicking on continue, and we're capturing where the walls are from each other. So we're at this wall. So where's the next wall? Right here. Using dynamic tracking to guide me, click. Where's the edge of the wall? Next wall here. So this wall is 150 millimeters thick, 6 inches. Then we make our way to the next wall. The next wall is here. Dynamic tracking to guide us. All right. Then we make our way to the final wall over here. All right. Assuming that all is well, click. Yeah. So we have captured all the openings. The next dimension, or the final layer of dimension, is the overall dimension. So from this width to this width over here. All right, that is it. 3 levels of dimensions. All right, so we're now going to tackle our right side here. So again, first level of dimensioning is the opening. So from there to there, let's work with the 600. All right, then after you've done the first one, click on continue and then just go through and click on the edges of the openings, whether it might be a window or a door. All right, just go through, find the edges of the openings and click on them. All right, Here's another window, and then other opening is right here, this one here. All right, so once that is in place, the next set of dimensioning is going to capture what? The walls. All right, now for CSEC you don't need to overkill it with dimensioning. I'm just going through this to walk you through the process. So if there's any persons out there, maybe you want to be a draftsman, you're in the Caribbean or wherever, this is how you'll do it. This is how you would do it. All right, so here we go. So starting for the walls, clicking here, finding the edge of the wall, dynamic tracking, and then that is it. Continue. Find the next wall. Where's the next wall? Right here. Find the next wall. Where is it? Right here. So the thickness of the wall is 6 inches. Where's the next one? Right here. Next wall is right here. Then next wall right here. Next wall right here. Next wall is right here. All right, and finally the last wall is right here. And right here. All right, and then again, overall dimension, so from the front here to the back. So this is a very large house. This house is 44 feet, almost 45 feet in length, and in width it's almost 41 feet. So this is quite a large house. All right. All right, so we have all our dimensions there. Let's do the front. So let's start things with this side. So opening to opening, so opening to opening. And this is just me liking to push them all the way to the edges. Some persons do theirs differently, because you might have some person, they might choose to do it like this. And I think I'm going to do that for this one here, where I capture this wall right here. And those dimensions are there. All right, that's what some persons prefer to do. All right, I don't, but everyone has their own preferences. All right, now please bear in mind, for dimensions that you can capture from the outside of the building, you'll have to capture those on the inside of the building. So for example, capturing, say, a portion that is the width of this passage here, you know, you'll have to capture a dimension across here like this. All right, saying 3 feet 11, 1200. Okay, all right, so that's that there. Other dimensions, if you can't capture them from the outside, you know, you have to capture them on the inside, such as you could also capture these dimensions as well to make things a lot easier for the builder, so there is no ambiguity in terms of like when they're doing their work, they know what is the dimensions for everything is. All right, so they know. All right, there's no excuse from them. All right, dimensions such as inside here, you can capture this from the outside. You have captured from here to here, which was 6 feet something. All right, but the inside here was not captured, so you know you'll capture those on the inside. So let's go through and finish up our dimensioning in the next minute or two. So let's go. Openings being captured. All right, like this. Continuing. All right, let's find these openings. And the larger you're drawing, the more dimension you might have to add. All right. Remember, your drawings are pretty much instruction to the builder, what should be done, where it should be done, And technically, oh, alright, so those are the openings, the walls now. Alright, this is not where it should be, so let me ensure that it's where it should be. Snap there first, then I grab onto it, and then slowly move my cursor up. Alright, there, then it's up there. Alright, cool, and then I'll just continue from there. Alright, here is the wall. And something to note, if you zoom while you're using dynamic tracking, the dynamic tracking will be a reset. So for example, if I go here, right, and now I have the guide, if I zoom in and out, the tracking will be no more. It will reset, so you'll have to redo it. Alright, so ensure that you're at a right location in terms of like you can see what is going on, so you don't have to be zooming when you're utilizing your dynamic tracking. Alright, so that's something to note. Alright, let's go. Alright, so that is done. So it's overall dimensions now. So from front to back, we already established that it was 44 feet something, but we're just adding it just for adding its sake. Alright, for the front, these dimensions need to be captured. So for example, the walls and all that stuff. So for example, openings to openings. So here is the first opening right here. And all of these measurements will be taken from your profile board as the builder progresses. What tends to happen, in some cases they might remove the profile boards early, and then they'll pretty much estimate where the window should be, or use other methods to find out where the openings should be. Alright, but typically, because they might always, the designers would add the openings and the wind openings rather in middles or center. It makes things a bit easier for the builder to do his thing, and can remove the profile board early, because the profile board can be a bit of an hindrance in terms of like mobility on the site, because moving around them can be tedious, especially with material, and these are pretty much precise things, and with persons leaning on them, flexing on them, the measurements will change and they might not become as accurate as the building progresses. And it's the reason why they'll just typically remove them afterwards. So we have that opening, that wall there. We have this wall coming up. Alright, this wall. Alright, this wall here. And this is one of the reasons why I prefer to have straight lines, because once you have lined up one, as when you're interpreting the drawing, you'll pretty much realize that it's one straight line going across. So when they're setting up their lines and the markers, the datums and all that stuff, there isn't any issues in terms of where what would be. Alright, so finally the overall dimension. So let me pull this one up. And this is just my preference. Others might not do their dimensions like this, but this is just how I do it. If you do yours differently, let me know. Alright, so here we go, something like that. All right, and that is it, pretty much it. You can also capture dimensions for openings, and in terms of like the windows and the openings, what you can do, you can add the dimensions, or you can use a call out, pretty much a tag. All right, and then you'll put together a window schedule or a door schedule in the drawing without having to overcrowd your drawing with dimension. So once they see this door here, if they say they see D2 here, it means that it is this specific type of door. If they say W1 here, it is a specific window, probably the type or the dimension. So if W1 windows are these 2 feet windows, then anywhere they see W1, they know that, all right, the builder, that's a 2 feet window. They see W3, it means that it's a 5 feet window. All right, and these call out will typically look like something like this. Let me just multi-line text. Let me just quickly do one here. So this would be, say, yeah, let me do it. Say it is a 5 feet window. Yeah, W3. All right, and then it would be enclosed in probably some form of symbol, something like that. So anywhere they see W3, they know that it is a 5 feet window. All right, and I'm just going to go through and add them in the next minute or so. So where did we put those 5 feet window? I believe we put one here, did we? Or was it a 4 feet window? I don't remember. I know that I think this is a 5 feet window. Oh yeah, it's here. 5 feet window. That's a 4 feet. That's 5 feet window here. So you'll have some stuff like this. All right, 5 feet window, basically. Same treatment here. All right. So pretty much anywhere those are the 5 feet windows or the 1500 windows, that's where those will be. And say one of them is a 2 feet window, that might be the W1 window. So you probably have something like this where it says W1. So instead of having the measurements, you can add these. All right, so say this is a W1. All right, so W1 windows, in our case, you'll only find 2 of those, one there and one here. All right, for the W1 windows. For the door, it would be the same treatment. It will be the same treatment. So you probably have D1, D2, whatever it may be. So it will be like something like this, D1, and all of these are the same. So you know D1 will be pretty much everywhere, because all the doors that we use are D1, basically 3 feet doors. All right, so everywhere there is a door, you'll add something like this. These are called call out tags. All right, these are tags. All right, just saying that these are 3 feet doors. All right, now you can also separate them. So say all these internal door, you could call these D1, and then the doors that are external, you make those say maybe D2 or something of that sort. And because doors can be the same measurement, but they're made of different materials, so you can decide on how you're doing yours. Not necessary at the CSEC level. If you're going to be doing a building plan, say you're following this series to learn how to create building plans to submit to the parish council, you don't want to hire a draftsman or whoever, and you're doing just a simple small plan, then you could follow this strategy here. All right, so this is it for the floor plan. Believe it or not, the floor plan is done. All right, floor plan is done. All right, so thanks for watching this video. Please leave a like. You can share it with somebody who needs the help or need preparation for their exam, and I'll see you in the next one. Again, the file will be linked in the description down below, as well as the other tutorials leading up to this one here. See you in the next one.